Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Tollund Man, a poem by Seamus Heaney. Heaney's The Tollund Man reflects on an ancient body found in a bog and uses it to think about violence and loss in modern Ireland. The Tollund Man by Seamus Heaney was published in his collection Wintering Out. It is a three-part poem divided into a total of 11 stanzas, all of which contain 4 lines. The speaker gives a few basic details about the mummified man, such as what he was wearing and where he was found. He also expresses his desire to visit the man, comparing the journey to a pilgrimage. Then he compares the preserved man to those who have fought and died in Northern Ireland. The poem concludes with the speaker predicting what it would be to visit the area. He decides he would feel sad but also very much at home. The poem was inspired by a sealed and preserved prehistoric man discovered in a bog in the Jutland Peninsula in Denmark in 1950. It was determined that the man had lived during the 4th century BCE. Scientists believe the man was part of a ritual of human sacrifice and died by strangulation. The body caught the public's attention because of the quality of its preservation. All the facial features are distinguishable, as was the man's dying expression. In fact, the body was mistaken for a recent murder victim when it was first discovered. The speaker begins by declaring that one day he is going to go to Aarhus, the second largest city in Denmark, and a location very near to the museum in which the body of the Tollund man is on display. He addresses Aarhus as if it is a site of pilgrimage. The landscape where the man was found was a flat, relatively deserted bogland in the countryside. The scientists were able to determine the man's last meal as it was still in his stomach. It was a gruel of winter seeds. The Tollund man was wearing nothing except the sheepskin cap. There were no other clothing items on the body. There was a noose around the man's neck. The cause of death was determined to be strangulation. The Tollund man was granted something like eternal life by the unknown goddess. Heaney was intending the Tollund man to be the bridegroom. The unknown goddess took control of the man. She tightened her torque on him. A torque is defined as an ornament one wears around their neck. The goddess opened up a fen, a marshy area of land where the body was discovered. The metaphorical goddess used the dark juices of the marsh to preserve his body like the saint's body kept within relinquishes. He says that he could risk blasphemy. He is willing to go against the tenets of the church and consecrate the cauldron bog. The speaker wants the scattered, ambushed flesh of laborers to be returned from the ground. He draws a direct comparison between the ground in Denmark and the ground he walks on in Ireland. Both landscapes play host to a number of lost bodies. The Tollund man died through ritual human sacrifice. Heaney relates the sacrifice to the continual sacrifice of Irish men and women in Northern Ireland. These fighters who are dying all around him are also giving their lives for a common cause. They too fill the ground at his feet. They are not skilled fighters who enjoy engaging in battle. Instead, they are an uncomplicated group of farmers and laborers, brothers and sons who want nothing more than their freedom. Heaney predicts that while traveling through Denmark, he is going to feel something of the man's sad freedom. Heaney has also experienced the desire to make the ultimate sacrifice for those he loves. He recites 3 different names. The first, Tollund, is recognizable, but the next two, Grabele, Nebelgard, are new. They are locations in Denmark where similar bog bodies were discovered. He is clearly relating them to his people who are in continual struggle for their personal rights. But Heaney also makes sure to mention that this is not his land. He does not even know their tongue. He predicts that when he goes out into Jutland, the area of Denmark in which the body was found, and travels to the old man killing parishes, he will feel lost. He predicts that he will at once feel unhappy and very much at home. The poem is as this. Some day I will go to Aarhus to see his peat brown head, the mild pods of his eyelids, his pointed skin cap. In the flat country nearby, where they dug him out, his last gruel of winter seeds caked in his stomach. Naked except for the cap, noose, and girdle, I will stand a long time, bridegroom to the goddess. She tightened her torque on him and opened her fen, those dark juices working him to a saint's kept body. Trove of the turf cutter's honeycombed workings, now his stained face reposes at Arhasa. I could risk blasphemy, consecrate the cordon bog, our holy ground, and pray him to make germinate the scattered, ambushed flesh of labourers, stockinged corpses laid out in the farmyards, telltale skin and teeth, flecking the sleepers of 4 young brothers trailed 4 miles long along the lines. Something of this sad freedom as he rode the tumbril should come to me, driving, saying the names Tollund, Grabele, Nevilleguard, watching the pointing hands of country people not knowing their tongue. Out there in Jutland, in the old man killing parishes, I will feel lost, unhappy, and at home. Here ends the poem. If you have anything to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.